Little Liars. I'm Leanna Aguilera.
And I'm Katie Krause, and we thought that today we would take you guys down Rosewood Memory Lane.
We know that many of you have no idea what happened before. So Katie and I are going to take on the task of recapping everything you need to remember in 2 minutes,
2 minutes
or less.
Can we do it? Okay, so the show starts 1 year after Ali Dilaurentis' disappearance.
Yes, and Aria returns from Iceland. She's reconnecting with all the rest of the liars because they've drifted apart a little bit.
And then they all realize that they've been getting the same messages from dun-dun-dun A!
Emily and I aren't the only ones who got messages from A, are we?
And of course, we cannot forget that Aria and Ezra met before she realized that it was her English teacher.
We also met Caleb season 1.
Yes.
And him and Hannah hit it off right away. He eventually moves into her basement.
And then, of course, we were introduced to Toby in the very beginning, but he was Jenna's stepbrother. He was a little creepy. We didn't know his vibe.
Ali's body is then discovered.
Yeah.
So her family holds a memorial, a funeral, if you will. All the Little Liars attend. Fast forward a few seasons, it turns out that was actually Bethany's body.
Oh,
Remember
gosh.
Bethany Young?
This show.
Who was Bethany Young?
I don't know. And of course, who can forget Melissa Hastings, who randomly ended up marrying Ian after she broke up with Ren after Spencer and Ren hooked up.
There's also that whole NAT club thing,
Yeah.
and then Ian threatens Spencer, and then someone actually pushes Ian
Off
the bell tower.
So after dealing with all the turmoil in season 1, the girls then go to therapy to work out their A issues.
And we also meet Jason Dilaurentis, who is Ali's older brother, and let me just point out, it's a completely different Jason than we met in season 1.
It turns out that we find out the cause of death of the mysterious body, and it was blunt force to the head with a shovel. But we, at this point, still are thinking that it's Allison's body.
And also A frames the girls.
Yes.
We see helicopters and lights, and it's this huge chaotic scene.
And of course, we've got to talk about the Jenna thing. And we come to find out that Ali and the girls were actually responsible for the fact that Jenna went blind.
But the biggest reveal, Mona is A. Original A.
Original A.
Original A who tried to run over her best friend Hannah with a car.
How could we forget the introduction of Cece Drake?
I'm Cece.
She met Mona in Radley, and that is where she befriends Cece.
And if you're not already confused enough, let's not forget when Toby joined the A team, dun dun dun, but it was only to get close to A so that he could protect Spencer. We cannot forget the biggest red herrings of the season, redcoats.
Yeah.
While we were trying to figure out, is A the same thing as redcoat?
Is Ali Redcoat? Is Sarah Harvey Redcoat? Are they all Redcoat?
Who's Sarah
They
Harvey?
are all kind of Redcoat.
Who is Sarah Harvey?
Who I still don't know who you are. So then we realize there's a whole new A who has stolen the game from Mona.
And of course, we cannot forget our brief but memorable visits to the town of Ravenswood.
In Ravenswood is where we realize, are you ready?
That Allie's alive!
Did you miss me?
As we find out that Ali is alive, we are then tricked into believing that Ezra is actually A, but it turns out he's actually just writing a book about the girls.
Poor Allie, homegirl can never catch a break because by the end of that season, her mom was smacked over the head and buried.
Ali then returns to Rosewood High, and thus begins
Emerson.
So let's fast forward a little bit, because then we see Mona. She's in her bedroom, and we see Big A
Attack her.
murder her. She was really taken, though, to the dollhouse.
Dun,
And
dun,
Ali
dun.
was charged with Mona's murder. And then all the other girls were charged with tampering with evidence. Big A kidnaps the girls on their way to prison.
Put into a dollhouse, dressed up like little dolls, and that's when we saw Mona dressed as Allie. Rosewood police does not find the girls because they're so bad at their jobs. Who finds the girls? Toby and Caleb.
And then we realize who Big A is.
Charles Dilaurentis, who's actually Charlotte Dilaurentis, who is actually, wait for it, Cece Drake.
Don't be so dramatic, Allie.
Cece?
That also was one of the most frustrating finales ever, because for that to be who Big A was, and then we find out who Black Widow was, aka one of the Redcoats, Sarah Harvey.
You saw the body, right?
Who is Sarah Harvey? I still
Who
don't know
are
who
you,
you
Sarah
are.
Harvey? We don't know who you are. They sent Charlotte to go get better and bond with Allison, despite the fact that her brother/sister spent the last however many years torturing the hell out of her.
Charlotte is then murdered.
After all of that,
So because of Charles's death,
yes,
we have a new villain.
this person has then emerged as a D.
Moving forward, here's where we left off. Spencer is shot. Mary Drake shows up. She basically tells Spencer,
I'm your mother.
We then find out that Allie is pregnant. We don't know who the father is, but also what's convenient is the fact that Emily had donated her eggs a little while ago and they are missing.
and also, AD picks up Jenna, puts her in the back of a van, and that's essentially where we left off.
And there you have it, except that wasn't 2 minutes.
Definitely not 2 minutes, but there's just so much craziness.
Exactly, and there's so much craziness to come. Keep it locked to ET Online because we're going to be breaking down all the biggest moments from these final 10 episodes.
And of course, let us know who you guys think AD is. Send us over your tweets with all of your theories, and we'll talk to you over there.
Later, liars.
Bye, guys.